Afghanistan.
I am Afghan.
The Afghaniam.
Ma Afghanistan.
We are against the war.
We believe the U.S. and NATO forces
Cannot liberate Afghan women,
Nor defeat the Taliban.
nor bring peace and stability to Afghanistan.
Afghans have suffered from more than 30 years of war.
First, the Soviet occupation.
Then years of civil war,
And now the US-led occupation.
Over 350 billion American taxpayer dollars have been spent on this war.
The US and its allies have been there for almost 10 years.
But is life any better for Afghan people?
tens of thousands of civilians have been killed.
Afghan babies have the world's third highest mortality rate.
Expecting mothers have the world's second highest death rate.
The average life expectancy for an Afghan is merely 44 years.
Our country is completely devastated. The United States claimed it went to Afghanistan to establish democracy.
But instead, it has brought a corrupt government full of warlords and criminals.
The United States claims it wants to help liberate Afghan women.
Yet, Afghan women are not safer because of this war.
Taliban fighters attack their villages during the day,
While US and NATO forces terrorize them during nightly raids. You cannot bomb Afghan women to liberate them.
Did you know that last year alone,
103 Afghan women set themselves on fire to escape these horrible living conditions?
The only way to change these horrible living conditions is by ending the war.
The solutions to war are simple.
food, not bombs,
Education, not drone attacks.
Jobs, not prisons and torture.
Accountability, not corruption.
dialogue, not conflict,
A true democracy can only grow in a climate of peace.
Education,
and hope.
We demand an end to this war and occupation.
we demand a complete withdrawal of all foreign troops from Afghanistan.
We demand Afghanistan to be free to determine its own affairs.
We demand peace.
We are
Afghans for peace.
It was a bloody mess. Now, we're the third fastest growing economy in the world. Tell me how it works without
पर
profit.
कुछ लोग कहते हैं your critics believe that you've used your army contacts for money laundering. Is that why CIA is investigating you?
CIA, my good buddies from Langley. They've been laundering money and heroin since the 80s in Pakistan. Back then, it was named or lovingly called Charlie Wilson's War. Isn't that nice? Now that the shoe is on the other foot, it becomes terrorism and Taliban and
पर
Afghanistan.
ताली एक हाथ से तो नहीं बजती, sir. It's the job of CIA to protect the interest of America, but it's the job of ISI to protect Pakistanis. Do you think you've been able to do that?
That on top of what they and Allah knows who else has already heard about you. My only beti, 24 years old, still single, no proposals from anyone. Instead of attending her law school classes, goes to these rallies. Once such a nice girl, now wearing hijab, giving controversial speeches, getting arrested at the university protest, going out on the town with blacks.
All right. Can we get over this already? Who cares? It's not a big deal. And the blacks are people too. They're Muslim. Remember? No color barrier in the religion. You guys are so obtuse. There are more important things in my biodata marriage application.
You better mind your place, ladki. Watch your tongue. Your parents aren't obtuse.
La la la
We
la
just
la
look
la
out for
la
you
la
because we know.
Battle of the hijabi versus non-hijabi, round one. And in this corner, we are wearing a lovely scarf.
Sal, your perennial 10-year-old grow up.
Oh, easy there, Webster's dictionary. Not all of us corporate drones understand your big words.
Salu, when will you grow up? Go find a nice girl, give me some grandchildren quickly, and move back to the house so I can play with them.
Me? You know I find nice girls all the time.
United States unmanned military planes dropping bombs. These robot planes, operating without pilots inside, are called drones, circling high overhead, unseen and unheard, before launching attacks that shower death and destruction into the lives of innocent civilians on the ground.
Civilian deaths in the war in Afghanistan is growing.
More US-led air raids that have killed more innocent civilians.
The increased number of civilian casualties after US airstrikes.
Dozens of casualties brought to the main hospital in Kandahar city.
35 civilians were killed and 38 injured.
Between 70 and 100 people are dead.
More than 130 Afghan civilians have been killed.
Nearly 700 civilians were killed.
2,000 civilians were killed in this conflict last year. The pain of loss. Two women just in absolute despair. There's nothing left for me, she cries. They killed 13 members of my family. A nearby hospital, children who lived through a nightmare, but their injuries testify to the horror of what happened.
یت خبر نه لکه یت خبر یت می ولا کدر لوده نه پدا خو کی نه پا خو کی ما چیا.
Center of attention in the West, Pakistan, the country of 180 million people, the country that is in the forefront on the war on terror, country where world's #1 terrorist Osama bin Laden was captured. Since the capture of Osama bin Laden, there is a question mark in US on the role of Pakistan. But Pakistan is a country that has lost about estimated 30,000 civilians and 6,000 security forces personnel in the attacks that were carried out by Taliban and Al-Qaeda. But still, many in the US doubt the role of Pakistan on the war on terror. Some believe Pakistan is a key ally, but many in the US believe Pakistan is playing a role of a double agent in this war. Now, in Pakistan, many want to stay as friends with US, but there is a strong feeling of anger in Pakistan towards America, mainly due to American drone attacks in the tribal region. Many in Pakistan believe that the war on terror is not their war, but bomb blast, suicide attacks on army and civilians has become a normal part of life in Pakistan. It seems to me that Pakistan is in the state of war with terrorists every day. While we were shooting this documentary, the country had shaken one more time. Terrorists attacked the naval base in the port city of Karachi and killed about 15 Navy personnel. The shootout lasted for about 17 hours. Pakistan is the victim, no doubt, but bigger question is how to end this war with Taliban and Al-Qaeda. Many in the West do not understand the Pakistani point of view, and many in Pakistan do not understand the US point of view in this war. Disagreement between both countries is certainly there, but I wonder who would be the beneficiary if US-Pakistan relationship fall. Therefore, I took the journey to Pakistan to discover what common Pakistani feel about US on the war on terror. I have picked the port city of Karachi to collect this opinion. Karachi, the mini Pakistan. Karachi, the New York of Pakistan. Karachi, where many Taliban and Al-Qaeda operatives were caught. I am now on the streets of Karachi to first find out from a common man of what he feels about America, what he feels about Al-Qaeda and Taliban, whether he considers this his war or not. Let's find out.
दहशतगर्दी तो ये हमारे ऊपर लादी गई है ना, ये हमारी अपनी जंग थोड़ी है। नहीं ये आप भी समझते हैं कि ये पाकिस्तान की हुकूमत को निकल जाना चाहिए, जंग से निकल जाना चाहिए। बिल्कुल, मैं खुल के बोल रहा हूँ। मतलब अब इस जो अमेरिका जो जंग चल रही है इस टाइम, जो हमारी दहशतगर्दी है, इससे हमको निकलना चाहिए।
तालिबान को बनाने वाला कौन है? पाकिस्तान बनाने वाला तालिबान को। अगर पाकिस्तान में तालिबान कैसे आया, कहाँ से आया, ये बोलो कहाँ से आया, ये असला कहाँ से आया, सब हुकूमत का मालूम है। आप कह रहे हैं तालिबान भी लोगों को मार रहे हैं? बिल्कुल तालिबान मार रहे हैं ये, और तालिबान यूँ मार रहे हैं उनको पैसा मिल रहा है। उसको अमेरिका पैसा देता है, मारने का पैसा देता है।
भाई दहशतगर्दी तो बाद में है, सबसे बड़ा भूख प्यास, ये बेरोजगारी होगी तो दहशतगर्दी होगी। असल मसला बेरोजगारी है, महंगाई होगी, सब काम होंगे, दहशतगर्दी भी होगी, बम भी फटेंगे, सब कुछ होगा। सबसे मेन चीज, हर इंसान को अपना हक मिलना चाहिए। जब हक नहीं मिलेगा सब काम होंगे। अमेरिका का मसला ही नहीं है, ये हमारा अपना मसला है। और जो पैसे देता है जब सही है अमेरिका, जब पैसे नहीं दे रहा अमेरिका गलत है।
Today, FBI agents are sifting through evidence they gathered in last night's raids in Lodi, California. The criminal complaint accuses 22-year-old Hamid Hayat of attending an Al-Qaeda training camp in Pakistan, where he was being trained on how to kill Americans, taking weapons instructions with photos of high-ranking U.S. political figures, including President Bush, pasted onto their targets. His father, Umar Hayat, is accused of paying for his son to attend the Al-Qaeda camp.
Hamid, he was just a skinny kid. He wasn't he wasn't the fastest guy. He wasn't the fastest in the intellect. This guy Nassim Khan? Yeah. I haven't seen him. He had an accent. Yeah, he had a slight accent. Okay. But he used to always have his shirt tucked in, nice pants.
No, I was wondering, it's a place in England, it's called Hasdington, and it's next to Manchester.
You're doing what?
Just reading and
reading what?
The Quran. All the people do it. Because you know down there it's like it's big madrasas and the madrasas are too like expensive. A year is about £70,000. It's better than here.
और हमें अफसोस इस बात का है कि अमेरिका इतनी बड़ी सुपर पावर और एक छोटा सा बच्चा जिसका शायद मैं अगर कहूँ ज़हनी तवाज़ुन भी शायद ठीक नहीं तो ये बात सही होगी.
Village folks who don't know a whole lot, and by intimidation, by tiring them that they said things that they were not supposed to do, and they just got in this trap, you know.
The village folks being who?
Being Umar and Hamid Hayat, that these people, they don't even know about their rights. They did not know that they can have an attorney before they speak out and say all these things about the camps and stuff.
This investigation and prosecution was done in full compliance with the safeguards provided by the United States Constitution.
No, I'm not questioning that. I'm saying, did it ever occur to you that it maybe that could be the case, that it's just all about nothing?
Thank you very much. Thanks.